Hi, Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura, and welcome to the Pattern Queens episode 106. Today is Sunday, December 4th, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans. And oh boy, the shenanigans. We're both like, woo today. So you're in for a ride, I'm sure.
Oh, we want to welcome you all to our video. Thank you for those of us who are just newly joining us. We hope you like what you see, and you can click to subscribe and click the bell. And those of you who are coming back, bless your hearts.
You know that this isn't a one-off occurrence. You know that you're always in for a ride with us.
Yes. And I don't even know where that was going. Yeah, my brain just is gone. So
See?
it's been a long couple of weeks.
Yes. Oh, for sure. For
So
sure.
what's new with you?
Well, the newest thing is yesterday, my family and I went out. We just had a day out. We went to a couple different stores. We went to lunch, and then we went to a Christmas tree lighting for the city that I work for. And we got there too early, and it was really cold. And by the time Santa Claus got there and James sat with Santa, he just sobbed the entire time.
Oh no.
And I personally know the Santa Claus and the Mrs. Claus. So I was like, Santa, can you, for Christmas, can you just give me the ability to make it through the terrible twos? And Mrs. Claus said, well, my wish for you is peace on earth for your mother. So,
Oh my goodness. And the other new thing for Keisha, in case you haven't noticed, is that she's doing daily unboxings.
yes, it's been really, really fun. So they've been posted here on this channel. They're only a couple of minutes. Um, I have the Black Needle Society Nice List box. And realized that I was missing one yesterday, even though I really tried to make sure I had everything, but I was trying not to handle things too much. So, but Katie and Laura came to the rescue since I'm near their house and dropped one off for me. So I'll be opening 3 and 4 today once we're done filming here. But the big news is James has a box and he wants to open the entire advent calendar every single day. And then we'll like get off and he'll look at it and he'll go, open another tomorrow. And I'm like, yes, yes. So I don't know what's going to happen on December 26th when there's not a little present for him, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
That should be interesting, right?
Yes. And yesterday's, if you are up for some chaos, that one was just a lot, including a shot of James riding away on his tractor. So,
The face is what was perfect.
oh, my boy can pout like nobody else. So. So check those out. We usually get them uploaded after we're home from work. I film before work. I send them to Lara. She uploads after work. It's the perfect schedule.
Mhm.
What's new in your world?
Well, we just had a quick week, and actually it wasn't very quick. It felt like forever. And I know it's going to feel like that for the next couple of weeks until we hit break, but that's okay. I have 12 days of school left, and the kids are starting to get a little buggy, and I'm sure it will just get more and more fun. But
Right.
otherwise, I'm doing well. I'm back to work. I've been stitching all the things. So,
Great. That's good.
okay. So do you want to talk some stash? No,
Let's
let's talk finishes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk finishes. So I did have a finish. It's number 15 for the year. I do not have it in my possession right now because it has been given to someone to finish up for me. Um, and make into probably a pillow or something like that. But anyway, I finished Snowman of Snowflakes by Bent Creek. And this
So
was just
cute.
Thanks. This was on a piece of 18 count linen and it's stitched with pearl cottons over two. It's all the kit materials. It comes as a kit. And I am very excited about it and had to do a little bit of a crafty handoff whenever I was at Thanksgiving so that someone else in my family could finish it for me in secret.
Fun.
So
I've had some finishes, but we're doing some secret stitching on some things. So yeah, I'm just not showing, but it's okay.
you'll probably show later, right?
Yeah.
They're handed off. So don't
It's
worry
just
about Laura. She's been stitching like crazy. She keeps telling me, I had more secret stitching than I thought. I've got to do that, but then I've got to work on stuff for the for the video. And I'm like, it's okay. I have lots of whips this time.
yeah, I was really hoping I would have things. You'll see. I have plenty. I have plenty to show you. So I
Yes.
did slow down a half step, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, well, being in the hospital will do that to you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They made me sleep, and oh my gosh, I just slept and slept and slept. And Katie was there with me. And I would feel bad because, I'm like sitting against the thing and I'm like, okay, yeah, no. And I would be gone. So she just sat and worked and if you haven't been on the Black Needle Society, the thing she did while we were there is she designed a little snail. He's called Jolly Soul, and you can purchase him and download him from the website, which I believe right now is closed because we're doing inventory. We're moving into a new space tomorrow, but you should be able to get in there pretty quickly and get the snail and stitch him. We've seen people stitch him up. He's so cute. So anyway, how about stash?
all right. Well, speaking of Jolly Soul, part of my stash is this. I bought it in the car on Thanksgiving, in the worst reception area possible. I don't know why I felt I needed to buy it immediately when I knew it was on the website, but I did. So it took forever to download. So I bought that. And then I took advantage of the sale at Tiny Modernist and bought Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
I
fun.
love it. It's all in black and white. It's on great fabric. So, but also you'll notice there's a theme. I also bought the Universal Monster South from the Witchy Stitcher, but I specifically wanted this black and white version. So I don't know. I was feeling black and white. Um, I'm not sure when I'll start this, but it's something that I've looked at for a long time that I really do want to stitch. So that will be, maybe I'll start it next Halloween. But so I got a couple of other things, but those are the main things. I just bought patterns. And then of course I have stash from the Black Needle Society, but you can
Yeah,
watch the
no.
videos for that if you want to. And you'll see a piece of the stash in my lips too. So.
I bought knot patterns. So I got a Gloriana Holiday Green, which if I get time, I'm going to use this and start a pattern that I already own from Modern Folk Embroidery.
So pretty.
I loved it. And it just, yeah, it was really gorgeous. Then Katie and I were at the LNS yesterday. And I don't know what our problem is, but we both decided that we should buy more fabric.
You don't
So
have it.
I don't have enough. So I bought Lakeside Linens 32 count Quicksilver, which is kind of a
Ooh.
purpley gray, really pretty. And then I bought 32 count Fox and Rabbit Eucalyptus, which is a beautiful green. There you
That's
go.
really pretty.
Okay. And then, yeah, I couldn't leave this. Fiber on a Whim. This one is 28 count hydrangea.
You love your hydrangea.
Look at the modeling in that. It's beautiful. And then if that weren't enough, I was at the counter. I was happy. I was ready to check out. Then Katie Landis
She's
comes
the worst
up
influence in all
with a
this.
scrap. Look at this.
Ooh.
So she got one. I got one. There was still one there. So I did say the name and I do need a drink. So I'm going to do that.
That looks like a pretty good fabric haul. Those are beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Then Kate had ordered from That's So Kelly Co, Kelly Stadola, and she got this one for me.
Mhm.
She got one for herself. So these come, this is a Bitsy Keep and our Bitsy Bob,
Bitsy,
Bitsy Keep. Big one
bitsy.
is the Keep. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Kelly. But she does all of the beautiful artwork around the outside. It has all the spaces for you to hang your floss. This center is where you can lay your loose threads. This is a needle minder, but also behind here in the checkered logo part is another magnet that's built in. So you can have that. Then just for fun, and so we would each get the extra needle minder. We got a set of floss tags.
Ooh.
So there's that one. So this is what Katie's looks like, the design. And then we got a whole set of these fun floss tags, which
Fun.
that would just be a great one to do.
So cute. Her artwork is always so cute.
Yeah, it's really pretty. And then if that weren't enough, then Kelly sent a sweet message and said, "Hey, I hope your mom's feeling better. I sent you guys some things to try out."
Oh, nice.
So we have a few extra little goodies. I'm trying to just make sure I get these back in here and don't lose them. So she sent us her thread winder that she's doing. It's kind of fun that it looks like a big bobbin, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Like a
It
funky
does, like a
bobbin.
big, large fat bobbin.
Then she sent us this pattern that she's designed.
Oh, that's
And I can't, these are thread tags.
uh-huh.
I'm going to pull one out and show you. Plus there's the little wooden thread holder and a needle minder on it. So this is kind of a newer thing for her. So this is the whole little keep. And so it's got the part in here, you know, that you can use, and the magnet, the needle minders in there. And then on the back, it's been laminated. So you can write on this with a Sharpie. When you're done, you just get off alcohol and wipe it off. And she has some different designs to use for that. And then these little thread tags, and she has different designs with these. These are also laminated on the back. Now this, you can write your project name on and then attach this. Hello, get a hold. Attach this to your project bag and it'll tell you what's in there. So,
Very
oops. And again, those will just wipe off with alcohol when you're done. So that was very sweet. And Kelly, thank you. I really liked it.
love that.
Now I have all sorts of fun things to play with and use.
Yes. And if you like me, love Mill Hill kits, and I hadn't even thought about this until I saw our friend Connie of Count Twice Stitch Once do it. Those are perfect to hold your thread for little ornament sized mill hills. I had not thought about that. And then I was like, why wouldn't I want to use it that way? So that's what I've been using my couple that I have for. So
And I think that is all of my stash.
nice.
I've
Good
slept since then, so there could be more, but you know, oh well, that's all right.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I think we are up to whips.
All right, whips. Well, I have quite a few things to show this time.
And I get a drink.
Right, settle in. It's well, it's not like a lot, but it's a lot for me. So these aren't going to be in any particular order. They're just going to be how I laid them on the bed. So, um, I worked on Halloween at Granny's. I didn't do my
Oh,
square last week, but um, here it is. And this is on a piece of 32 count espresso linen. And so I've got
ooh.
3 done so far. This was the one I asked Laura which one I should work on, and she picked that one. And I think it looks like the Incredible Hulk. So it's my Incredible Hulk diamond
Ah, you're so funny.
Can you tell that my boy has been watching a lot of superhero shows? Um, and then The next one that I have, I don't have a picture to show you because the only pictures we've gotten in the group are the actual patterns. So I have been doing Steotchalong 8, and if you don't know what that is, it's there's a piece of a pattern that's released week by week by Steotch is the name of the designer. It's well, the designer's name is M, but that's the company. Um, and so this is on a piece of 32 count Smoky White linen. And so I stitched, and I've been working on this for about a month and a half.
Whoa.
And you just got like little bits and pieces, and then eventually you figure out what it says. So it says that at first you don't succeed. And then this week, she gives you multiple endings for it. And I'd have to go in and look. But one of the endings is a quote from The Simpsons that says, if at first you don't succeed, the lesson is never to try. And then she charted Homer Simpson's head. And I think that's the one that my husband and I have decided on that we're going to use. But anyway, so here's where it is, everything that was charted up until Friday. So look for more progress on that one because I'm hoping to finish that up.
You're doing great with that one.
Thanks. Then I worked on Winter Welcome from Park Hopper Bart. This was in last year's Nice List Advent box. And this is on a piece of 32 count Winterberry linen from Fortnight Fabrics. And here's where I am on it. And so this is all a toile. I don't think you can really catch the sparkle on it, but one of my goals is to finish this month. So I've got to finish the word welcome because I won't leave it at Welco. And then the snowman in the middle and a couple of other snowflakes. What I realized stitching this time is that I missed a stitch right here. I thought it was symmetrical all the way around, but one is 11 and one is 10. And I just made them both 10, but it's okay. It's okay.
It'll work.
Yeah, it just means that there's only a one stitch here and there are two stitches here. But I think if I didn't tell you that, you probably wouldn't know.
No, we would never know.
So I went through and I checked and everything's going to fit okay. I'll just have to be careful about how I count things. And then you'll laugh at this start. This was done in the car on my way home from Thanksgiving. This is Joyful Soul. I showed it to you earlier. This is on a piece of 36 count Vintage Country Mocha linen because I got a big piece of it and I'm just trying to use the rest of it up. And I really like this fabric. There's my little start. So I haven't quite finished it yet. So yeah, that's a little spiral inside of his shell. So
I've loved watching the different way that people approach this. So it's fun to see what people decide to do.
Well, and this was just mostly to get it centered on the fabric. I've stitched the other two snails that Katie has charted, and most of the time I start up here and then I go down and then I come back up, go here, and then I do the shell. Because the two that she's designed, two other ones have been over dyed floss, so I wanted to have the movement, but this one is all in DMC, so it doesn't really matter as much.
Ah, that's a good tip though. This one is DMC and it matches the floss for your daily stamp collection.
And I'll show that one
with
next.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've also, and oh my God, it's not a great start. I've been trying my best though. So this is Santa's stamp collection. You can see that there's a bunch blurred out. The days 1 through 4 have been released so far, but the only picture that I have of the other ones is like the actual chart. So, but this is what it looks like. And that's the first day there. This is on a piece of 32 count plush linen. And sorry, those two things were both designed by the Black Needle Society. Katie Landis, one of the most talented designers I know. So this is a piece of plush linen from Fortnight Fabrics. And I don't have a lot done. You can see, if I hold it far away, you can't see it as well, but there's some Acctgforstitches here. It looks a lot better in person. It shows up better, but I've got that part. I've got the C in collection, and then I've started the outline of the first stamp. My plan was to stitch a stamp each day, but the first three were full coverage. And as you can see, I didn't even make it to the outline of the first one. So
And the first stamp had like over 450 stitches, right?
it has 456 actually, if you'd like to know. So, and I didn't know, I just kind of was looking at it, with the idea that maybe they'd all be full coverage, which they're not. The first day has 456, the second day has 614, and the third day has 512.
Just a little light stitching for the holiday.
A little, because we were at Panera and we were talking about it. So I got a sneak peek at the first one, and I was like, "Oh, that looks like a lot of stitching." And Laura's like, "It's not all full coverage, is it, Katie?" And Katie said, "Oh no." And the first three we get are full coverage. I'm like, okay. The problem I'm having with that one is usually I work on it at the end of the day, and even though the ecru stitches show up, it's just not a tired eyes project for me. So, but I'm gonna keep working on it because I really, really like that. The next thing I worked on, let me get my picture up now because I went out of where my photos were. I worked on Death by Cross Stitch a little bit. And this is on a piece of 36 count agave linen. And here, just a reminder, is what it looks like by Long Dog Samplers. And I'll unfold the beast so you can see what it looks like so far. So I'm all the way to the corner. And this piece of fabric is folded in half. So I've got a long way to go. But I stitched this flowers and vase and this little about to be in trouble fish. So that's what I worked on this time. And then I added some stitches there. So I'm using DMC 3809. And then what looks white is actually ecru. And I've just been kind of picking where I want those accents as I go. And then the last thing I've been working on, and actually was working on it this morning, is Teddy's Tail from Mill Hill. And I'm stitching this one as a gift. And this morning I finished all of the full crosses.
Wow.
So now I have to do, thanks. I'm trying to get it finished just because I want to have time to like fully finish it and give it as a Christmas present. But I have the back stitching to do and then a lot of beads to fill it out. But I've really been liking this one. It's been really fun to do. And James likes to look at it. So that's also fun for me. We got a comment a couple of videos back. Someone asked what I do with all of the mill hills because they like the mill hills, but they're not sure, what you do with all of them. I just like stitching them, is kind of my answer. I have a whole bunch that I still need to fully finish, but I do, some of the bigger ones I'll put in the frame. The ornament size ones I'll finish. Most of the ornament size mill hills will come with a little magnet, and you can either cut off a piece of the perforated paper that's left extra and like kind of stitch it onto the back and then glue the magnet to the back of that piece of perforated paper and use it a magnet like that, or you can finish it with like some felt and then hot glue the magnet onto the back of it. But I use those to decorate my cubicle. I have some metal parts of my cubicle that I put it on. But the eventual dream is that I'll get one of those little tiny fir trees and then I will have seasonal magnets and just change them out with the season. That's the eventual goal. It'll probably take a while. But that's all I have.
Okie doke. Well, you made me think that I needed to get out my Thistle and show you what I've done on it because I kind of went to town. Mine is being stitched on 32 count Water Lily by Wichelt, and this is where I am right now.
Wow.
I love the colors in this. I still have not gotten through all of the colors that are in it. There are only 18 colors in it, but Yeah, I really, really, really like it. So, this box is full, this box is full, and this one just needs to have this other color filled in. So,
Wow.
and the water lily is a really nice, subtle, um, it's a great neutral to use with this.
Mhm.
And I have this in a great Shiba Designs bag. It's SHIBA. And the inside has all the ladybugs, and the
Cute.
outside has hedgehogs. And so
Love
I'm
it.
using my hedgehog needle minder because of that. But there's that one. Then, sorry, have to figure out where I have everything. No, I'm not trying to send that. When you start tapping too much, then that's what happens, right?
Right. Although that's the problem with having PDFs is whenever you're trying to show them later on, it's
Yes.
kind of hard to get to everything. So,
Um, then right at the end of November, I had a couple of projects left. One of them was Rack Stack from Plum Street.
cute.
Really sweet one. And I had this piece of beautiful fabric. Mine is a 30 count. It doesn't say what color it is, but it's just a 30 count linen from my stash. And I managed to get this whole outside border in.
Wow.
So that was fabulous. And this one I keep in a book sleeve, and it's one that Katie chose the fabric, and I made this just for her, and it always makes two. So we got that. And there's this. Yes, not a thing I enjoy working with when I'm
Yeah,
doing this.
right. But very pretty. But I could see where that would just slide around the whole
Yep.
time.
So next I worked on playing with jacks, and I have not gotten to the fun stuff yet. I'm working on this border,
Oh,
and
I love
I got one color all the way across.
nice.
Oh, you're actually seeing that pretty well today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to go back and fill in the second color in it, and then I'll get to move on. I think I'm making the center pumpkin. There's an alternative that you can
Mhm,
use that isn't a jack-o'-lantern, but rather just a pumpkin. And I think I'll
mhm.
do that and keep it up for the whole season.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
So I have this one in a Project Bags by Judy bag, just a fun one. And then I did work a little on my Hawk Run Hollow. So I'm doing a year at Hawk Run Hollow, and I'm working on the bride or on June. And for our Stitch with Us, I filled in the church, and I gave the groom a cravat. This is what the whole thing looks like so far.
So pretty.
And there's the square I worked on.
Wow.
I am amazed at how many stitches are in each square. And Keisha and I had a talk about this, because the crazy women who thought that they could do this on Thursday evenings at Panera and get them done. I mean, we'd have had to do over 2,000 stitches every week.
Which is not something that I'm capable of doing in a Thursday at Panera.
I'm lucky if I get, somewhere in the 300 to 500 range.
See, and I'm lucky if I get over 100 while we're there because
I
I'm
mean, it depends if I'm
dinner and
filling in. Yeah. So this one is in one of my favorite project bags by Judy. I love this. The
so pretty.
inside is just sweet, but I just feel like this, I don't know, it just makes me think about a year-long something.
Yeah.
So I have that. Then I have a very loud truck going by. Um, I worked on one. I haven't even done my whip parade for you guys yet this month. So I'm going to show you. I worked on Repeat the Sounding Joy by Kathy Barrick.
So pretty.
And when I started, it looked like this. I have, I think you can see it. I have the white line going along the bottom and it goes further over, but that's
Mhm.
pretty much all I had in. And da 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 da.
Wow.
40 count Finnan from Seraphim Fabrics. So that one was a lot of concentration to get that far with it. But it's the only one that I've worked on from my December stitching. And it's in this beautiful bag by Judy with this inside. So
Not Judy.
yeah, I like her stuff. But I did work on one more thing, and Keisha doesn't know
Ooh.
this yet. So I worked on Autumn Alphabet
Oh
from the
yeah.
Cricket collection, and I am doing this sampler. Now, I already had this solid bottom section done. I did do the little back stitching on it, and then everything above it is what I did to get my stitches for Whip Go, which was Keisha's choice.
Oh, so nice. I love it.
And I decided I would use this purple for my JKL and B. And this is a slub in my fabric, but it came at an interesting spot, didn't it?
Yeah.
Not a slub, but it's one of the dyed spots in the fabric. It just has random little spots.
Yeah,
So,
that's fun. Yeah, so I have been all year whenever it's Keisha's choice picking Blackberry House, because I love that one so much. But I picked Autumn Alphabet this time because I also worked on something called Autumn Alphabet. So at the time.
and if I had had it at the beginning of the month, I might have worked on it more and gotten more alphabets done. I mean, I did all of that alphabet last night.
Wow.
So plus all of these little things, which just like
Mhm.
take a lot of time to start and stop.
Right, right. It's amazing how 4 little stitches will take you more time than doing like a whole like 20 long row of fill.
Yeah. And this I have in this beautiful project bag, which was sent to me in exchange. So my exchange partner, Cynthia, stitched this piece and then turned it into a project bag.
Wow.
Yeah. She knew her target audience, obviously. Which I'm just like, wow, you guessed perfectly because that's gorgeous. I love it. I
Love
may
a good
stitch.
project bag and then somebody stitched something for you, which is like,
Mhm. I may stitch on this long enough to get the B, which is like right up here above it. There's
oh,
an
okay.
I and the A that go right here.
Mhm.
And I don't know, maybe I'll just finish this out. But I did 622 stitches.
Wow.
So, and what was funny is that I think that's what I stitched. I mean, I stitched at least that many because having to try and count again was an interesting thing for me. I'm out of the habit.
Yeah,
So, and I didn't have my little counter over here because I haven't been doing that.
right,
So,
right.
anyway, how about some plans, Keisha?
All right. Well, I plan this week to finish Teddy's tail, so we'll see how that goes. I definitely, I don't think I'm going to get caught up on Santa's stamp collection, but I'm going to try my very best to get caught up on Santa's stamp collection. And then I want to work on Winter Welcome some more. I have just decided that I'm not finishing ABC Dinosaurs this year because I'm very excited about all of my winter stitching, so I'll finish it after the start of the new year. It's fine. So and then I might sneak Death by Cross Stitch in there and Halloween at Granny's. I overbook myself every time. How about
um Well, I got my planner,
you?
which I'm
Hooray.
really excited about. And there will be more of these available after the 10th or whenever Katie gets the office set up. But I'm really excited about it. she laughed hysterically at me because one of my favorite things is that it has this beautiful shiny ribbon. And I just like that it's shiny. But I would like to get some things set up in here because
Mhm.
I have been working on my plan for next year. I am joining one of my friends in the hashtag 59 before 60. So I'm trying to complete 59 projects before I turn 60 in July. And I turned 60 on July 3rd. So really it's through June. And so I sat and went through my projects to try and figure out what I thought I could reasonably finish. I've pulled out more than what I need to finish, hoping that, where I've underestimated in some places or where I've
Mhm.
overestimated in some places, I will be able to make it up in others.
Right, right.
Um, I will still be doing my life after death, 1,000 stitches every month. I really want to keep going with that so that I see progress. I also have a project for my youngest daughter, Bree, that I would like to get done and make sure that I get to her before she moves this next, it'll be a year, but I would like to get it done. And that will be a good one to finish out. And I think it's the floral Darth Vader. I think
Mhm.
I've done most of the floral and I'm getting close to a point where I can sit and just fill all of the navy blue background, which is a lot of stitches, but I've put
Well,
that
good for
on.
chats.
Yes, I've put that on for every month to try and get it finished out. So that would be a goal. Now, coming up more quickly, I pulled my second project, which is going to be Reindeer Dreams by Rosewood Manor. And then I'll be working through my 12 days of stitching, which I'm excited about.
For sure. Well, and if you haven't caught over on the Black Needle Society's Flosstube page, her and Katie have been talking about their 12 days of stitching, which has been fun, and giving you some background on some of the presents and stuff in the Advent box. So,
Yeah. So we're just keeping busy trying to get through. I cannot wait for school to be out and for break to be here. And I have lots of plans and it'll just be
fun, I bet. And moving. So you got lots
yes,
of stuff coming
moving to the
up.
office. So they are moving things tomorrow. I think the plan is to go get some things loaded up today and be ready to just go in the morning. But yes, we're very excited to get into our new space.
I'm very excited for you.
But other than that, do you think that we have rambled long enough?
Ooh, I think so. And if we stay any longer, we are going to get up to way more shenanigans.
So I think all that's left is to say bye.
Bye. Have a good week.